Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, Codename Agent. Whoo! Oh, it's danger, god damn it. And check it out, man. For this video, I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the fourth sneak peek for update 5.9. And I can't lie, man, the anticipation is building. I'm really hoping that I get to experience the update ahead of time because I'm itching for some action. You feel me? So, ladies and gentlemen, just like many of us were hoping for, it seems as though Professor X will be making his appearance in Marvel Future Fight after all this time. It's only taken a couple years, right? And I say only like sarcastically because, you know what I'm saying, as soon as we got our first mutant in this game, like people were asking, yo, when is Professor X coming? When is Professor X coming? When is Professor X coming? And it's finally time. It seems like now is the right time. Update 5.9, just before the anniversary of this game. We're finally going to be getting Professor X in Marvel Future Fight. And I am very excited because I've always been curious in regards to how they're going to treat the character, right? Are we going to have like a character in the game on a wheelchair just bodying people? But it seems as though they're taking a different approach with Professor X because in Powers of X, he's not in a wheelchair. He doesn't need it, right? So it's very interesting, and I've always wondered what approach they would take with the character. Nonetheless, let's take a look at the message they have to say here, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit more. So the message goes, "Greetings, agents. This is CM Fragment of Marvel Future Fight, here with another interesting development. We've received word of the sudden strange appearance of an unknown species of flora. Flora is a type of flower. Anyways, completely incompatible with the surrounding ecosystem. While we know that the exotic flowers were planted intentionally, we have not been able to learn anything else, as every agent we sent to investigate has disappeared." When I went to see myself what is going on with these strange flowers, a gateway suddenly appeared. So hold up, CM Fragment is a mutant then? Because, hold up, what? The gateway to KRAKOA opened for you, fam? Bro, are you lying? Anyways, who stepped through the gateway? And then we have the fourth sneak peek right here. And honestly, I'm very excited because it seems as though this is basically confirming that we're not having a Powers of X, House of X update without the X, which is Xavier. You know what I'm saying? So it looks as though we're finally going to be getting Professor X in the game. In addition to that, there's a flicker of KRAKOA text in this little gift here, this little video here. And it seems as though the general consensus from the player base is that this means we're getting tier 3 for Professor X. Honestly, the tier 3s are generally very, very, very clear when we get these type of sneak peeks. So this one is pretty vague, but I do want it to be true. Like, I don't want to believe that this is a tier 3 sneak peek because they generally make it very, very obvious. They'll like literally put T3, right? Whereas this one, they put KRAKOA text for us to translate to tell us it's tier 3. You know what I'm saying? They generally don't make it so you have to work too hard for the tier 3. But if that's the case, kudos to them. I guess they're sticking with the whole theme of the KRAKOA language that you need to like decode for the sneak peek. And I have no problem with that. That is actually perfect. If we're not getting a tier 3 Nimrod, a tier 3 Sinister, then it makes perfect sense to give Professor X, you know what I'm saying, tier 3. That is freaking awesome. In addition to that, I'm kind of curious in regards to whether or not he's going to be a tier 2 native, right? Honestly, I think he definitely should be a tier 2 native, but how you're going to unlock the character remains to be seen, right? Because if he's a tier 2 native, that immediately means he's free to play. There's no such thing as a paywall tier 2 native in the game that requires you to spend money. Some of them require you to spend a little bit of crystals, a la Adam Warlock, or let's say Strife or Dr. Doom, that requires you to spend a little bit of crystals to pick up the deluxe package character, then on tier 2 them and then unlock those tier 2 natives. But those are crystals that you can save over time. Honestly, if he's not a tier 2 native, brace yourself because he might be paywall. You know what I'm saying? He might be a paywall like Namor. I can definitely see it happening, right? Professor X is definitely an impactful character and a fan favorite at that. So I could see him becoming a cash, like seriously, a cash cow or a bio-selector character for the Future Fight team. But I'm pushing for the free-to-play approach. I'm pushing for like an epic quest, but it's probably not gonna happen because we have Eternals coming at the end of the year, and that seems like it's more likely to be an epic quest. But who the hell says we can't have 2 epic quests in 1 year? You feel me? So I'm pushing for an epic quest because that generally gives you a lot of free characters. But again, they have to make money somehow, because if we want the game to keep going and giving us like years of enjoyment, literally, right, they have to make money to pay the people who are designing these characters and keep the servers running and all of that stuff, right? So I'm curious to see how Professor X is going to be acquired in the game. Thankfully, we don't have to wait too long because there's a live stream coming up in the next couple of days, which will be on Facebook or on YouTube. I'll try to get a copy of the live stream for you guys in case you miss it, so you can get a recap of what's coming. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm getting the APK, so I'll be able to give you guys a couple like look at, you know what I'm saying, what's going on in the updates. When, like, seriously, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. If he's actually getting tier 3, just think, man, the possibilities that we could see with Professor X in this game is pretty much limitless. But also at the exact same time, we have to like quell our expectations just a little bit, because we've seen a couple Omega level characters get Omega level shafted in this game, right? There's only a couple Omega level mutants that got justice, and one that's been relevant ever since they came in the game, and that's Jean Grey, right? She's been OP busted from the moment she came in the game, and every time she just kind of slips a little bit, not falls, right, slips, she basically gets the Sharon Rogers treatment, and as she should. Jean Grey should always be in the conversation as someone to be feared or admired, because she's just that powerful. Her potential is damn near limitless. But the same goes for Professor X, you know what I'm saying? And with Professor X coming in this update, it leaves like room for someone who I never thought I would see in this game, and we still may never see him, but it's likely now, and that's Legion. And I'm saying Professor X's son, like, it would be dope. Anyways, it says meet this mysterious character with their new abilities and leadership in the next update. So when they're saying leadership, right, immediately you're thinking of Charles Xavier, especially this is House of X. We have to have the leader, the face, the founder, right? Oh my goodness, it's just amazing. I will do all I can to learn more and report back soon. Wish me luck. I wish you all the luck. Hopefully Sabretooth don't find the CM fragment, because you know what I'm saying, you might get shredded unless you have some X gene like potential, latent potential hidden in you somewhere. You might be a goner invading, like, you know what I'm saying, a mutant nation. But I'm gonna pray for you because we need the info. You feel me? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you guys are feeling about Professor X coming in the game, possibly getting tier 3 day 1. I generally do not like day 1 tier 3s. Let me say that. I love when characters that are already in the game, right, that kind of needs a little bit more, right, get what they need, right? However, I can't even lie to you guys. I don't lie to you guys anyways. There's no reason for me to lie to you anyways, right? I let my feelings be known out the gate every single time, right? I love Professor X. I've wanted him to be in this game for as long as I can remember, right? Ever since I saw that it was possible to get mutants in Future Fight, he's always been in the back of my mind. And the fact that he's gonna be in this update some way, shape, or form has me very excited. And if he comes in as a day 1 tier 3, I will embrace it. I will have pretty much nothing negative to say unless I feel like he gets shafted like she does on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Base kit, okay, kind of, for the time frame that he came in, but then, you know what I'm saying, just shafted. So I'm hoping he doesn't end up as a part of the Omega level class that just gets like, what, 2-3 weeks of shine and then that's it, on to the next thing. I hope he gets treated even half as good as Jean Grey gets treated. You know what I'm saying? because he's one of the only people that can slow down Jean Grey. I wouldn't say stop Jean Grey, you know what I'm saying? In the comics, he's one of the few people that can slow down this monstrosity. So it would be dope. All I'm asking for is, please, for the love of all things holy, do not give me, I'm saying, a Professor X that makes me feel the way how Logan makes me feel. Now, obviously, Logan isn't an Omega level character. Say what you want, like, you know what I'm saying? He can tangle with some of the best of them, but he's not Omega level, right? He doesn't have that level of power, right? But it would be real upsetting for him to come to the game and be weaker than Cyclops. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even Wolverine is weaker than Cyclops right now, and that should not be the case. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Also, do you guys think we're gonna see our very first universal mutant in the game? Who better to give that to? Like, the first universal mutant we've ever seen. The Blast category is just getting too overpowered, man. Like, real talk, some of the most powerful and useful characters in the game are Blast, right? So it would be nice if we didn't add another really OP, I'm saying, Blast character. Like, yeah, I know we have some pretty OP universal characters, right? But the universal category is already the smallest, and I don't see Charles Xavier being a speed character. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the time he's in a wheelchair. This time around he's not gonna be in a wheelchair. But again, I don't see his skill set being one of a speed type. So that's out the window. A combat type, no. I would say combat type is like a Mystique, right? Definitely a Mystique, or maybe even Sinister. But then again, I think Sinister is gonna go into Blast, right? So I would really hate it if Sinister and Professor X ended up as Blast characters. At least throw one of them in the universal class, man. For real. And I think Professor X is universally useful, you know what I'm saying, because of his telepathy. So I think that alone, in my retarded brain, you know what I'm saying, is enough for him to be in the universal category. Y'all let me know how you feeling. Over on Twitter, they be tripping lately. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. They sent out like 3 different tweets last night, right? And it's just crazy. So check this out right here, guys. The first tweet that came out like an hour ago, right? They actually sent out a link and they're asking us to enter something to get a picture, right? But as many of you know, when we get a video or a gift, it's generally just that. There's no picture to go along with it. But for some reason they sent this out. I spent like half an hour. I wanted to make this video earlier, right? I spent like half an hour just trying to guess what kind of picture they could show me, until I realized that I was just like an idiot, basically wasting my time, because yeah, there's nothing there. Then I'm saying WEBCAMS retweeted it, because I guess he just instinctively retweet whatever they retweet when it's update time, right? Excuse me, I'm here to teach and also school you. Okay, WEBCAMS, I see you. And then they tweeted again, this time, as you can see, without the bit link. And if you go up a little bit further on the timeline, you'll see that WEBCAMS actually retweeted it again, right? So I guess he realized that they messed up and he messed up with that one. So he sent it again. Should be T for T-Infinity, right? Okay. So basically, WEBCAMS is kind of letting us know here that there's gonna be a tier 3, and there is actually a tier 3 in this thing, because he says T-Infinity. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you like the video. Dislike the video if you dislike the video. Till next time, stay safe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.